Oh, thank you so much. My thanks to the Triangle Business Journal for this award. Really thank you. And thanks also to John West, who couldn't be here today, but he and Jeff Jeffries did that video that I found interesting. I also want to thank Jim Ayler and Sharon Bryson and Lori Leonhardt of the CPA Association, who did nominate me for this. If anyone in this audience is under the illusion that this Lifetime Achievement Award means that what I have been lucky enough to get done, I got done alone. If so, let me dispel that illusion right now. I've had a lot of help. You've already heard about me being the 5th CPA in Michigan and probably about the 63rd or 64th black CPA in the nation. And that was because of, I have to say the name, Richard Austin, who was Michigan's first black CPA. And when he hired me, he didn't need another person on his staff. He just figured that I had to have a chance. After I brought my family back to Durham and opened an office, the hard economic times, actually, that I faced were softened by the decisions of John Hervey Wheeler and George Esser. They invited me to become the Chief Fiscal Officer of the North Carolina Fund, which was the brainchild of then Governor Terry Sanford. John Wheeler was the president of Mechanics and Farmers Bank, that is headquartered in Durham, and he was also the treasurer of the North Carolina Fund. And George Esser was its executive office, chief executive officer. Now my performance at the fund was good enough so that I was promoted several times, and that's really one of the reasons I became the chief executive officer of the Foundation for Community Development. But my record at the fund regarding fiscal controls and reporting was really largely responsible, well, at least the people mostly responsible for that were Susan Graham, who could not be here today because she's ill, and DeWitt Sullivan, who is now deceased. Now, any successes at the CPA firms that held my name were largely due to DeWitt Sullivan, Walter Davenport, Susan Graham again, because she did become my partner, Lee Sanders, and Joyce Grant. They became my partners after several years of working together. In the mid-1970s, when many of us in our state were still strongly resisting civil rights for non-whites and women, we built a firm of partners and staff that I think was a model for diversity. Of those 5 partners that I mentioned, 2 were women, 1 of the women was white, 3 were men, 1 of the men was white. We were a model for diversity back in the 1970s. My service on the board of the CPA examiners here in North Carolina and later as the chairman of the Association of State Boards of Accountancy, that was really because of the accommodation. We accommodated that because of Walter Davenport, who himself is finishing up with his term as the chairman of that organization. The person who facilitated my service as chairman of the board of North Carolina Mutual Life Insurance Company was Bert Collins. He's the current chair and the former president and CEO of that firm. Bert and I worked together in Detroit at the Austin CPA firm. Bert's here today. He's over there at the North Carolina Mutual table. Bert, I'm proud of this, but when I helped others in introducing you to the need of your skills in North Carolina, I know that you and your wife made a difficult decision to come and share your talents with us, and thank you again, Bert. There are folks at the Skansky table who I just love. I'm following Andrea Mitchell, and I don't know how that happened because she's always been one of my icons. Yeah, I know I'm older than she is, but she's still been one of my icons. Andrea and I worked together for a lot of years. And Farad Ali, thank you for taking over the responsibilities that Andrea has left to you. But finally, let me just say a few words about this woman that I spoke of in the video. 57 years. Folks, I gotta tell you, I married well. She has had great careers as an educator, television producer, and hostess, a state parole commissioner. She encouraged me to go to law school when I was 52 years old by telling me that she was going to go and earn her law degree alone if I didn't join her. I joined her. She's helped me in so many, many ways. And she kept the family life running smoothly, almost single-handedly, as I spent all those hours away from home. Thank you, sweetheart. I had 3 minutes, I've used 2.5 minutes. Would my son and daughter-in-law please just stand for a moment? Thank all of you for being here. I really enjoyed getting more information about a lot of people that I already knew who were among the awardees today. And this is a wonderful program, and I hope there will be many, many more because it is important to bring this up. Diversity is something that we still have a lot of work to do. Thank you.